Hey, chat. Welcome to Tuesday night ILF charity stream. As always, it is me, Rev3 Dude, aka Nick Kelly, as your host here. And it is a fireside chat, which we do once a month. You all know that because you all join us every month, and it's amazing. And it is a charity stream because this is for the Innocent Lives Foundation. You would know that, or else you wouldn't be here. The Innocent Lives Foundation is a non-vigilante, nonprofit organization that identifies anonymous child predators, develops and delivers specialized training for law enforcement, and provides educational resources for parents, teachers, and caregivers. You can find out more at innocentlivesfoundation.org. Thank you, mods. Let's do both those links. If you want to donate to us, you can do that too. And we have a very special guest today, because that special guest is actually the new boss of the Innocent Lives Foundation. So, Kristy Nordmann, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you. I don't know about special, but
I think you got to be a little bit special to be part of the ILF to start with.
Oh, for sure. In so many ways. Yeah. But I'm really excited to be a part of this and to be here with you.
Yeah, I know. So, number one, appreciate you getting a little bit out of your comfort zone. Not all of us live with cameras in our faces. So it sounds like you had spent part of your career doing that, which is amazing. You know, we've had everybody from law enforcement folks, ex-Secret Service, and Homeland, and all that stuff. And then we've had guys who just crash imaginary cars into each other on the internet. So we just kind of go everywhere with this thing. So
it's all kinds.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here with us. I'm going to check one real quick thing because we had to fix it last time, and I just want to make sure these other things are muted in the background, and indeed they are. Perfect, great.
Oh, I have music in the background. Do you need me to stop that, Nick?
Nope, not at all.
Okay.
I can't hear it, so it's all good.
Great.
Yeah,
okay.
We won't get shut down. So let me read your bio, so we do get the formal part out of the way, and then we're just going to have a literal fireside chat.
Hopefully, it's the short version.
It's 6 pages.
Great.
No. All right. Here we go. Whatever AI wrote for your bio. No, I'm kidding.
Yes, pretty much it.
Exactly. Thank you, Thermal. Welcome. Kristy is a growth leader who combines strategic vision with hands-on execution to scale organizations and drive meaningful impact. She builds and leads high-performing teams focused on operational excellence, strong outcomes, and delivering on mission-critical work. Her experience spans operational performance, customer success, and organizational leadership, grounded in a practical understanding of how to turn strategy into action. She has held executive leadership roles across automotive tech, cybersecurity, cannabis compliance, fintech, and health tech. Are you just going down the list? You just hitting every industry?
I honestly don't know what I'm missing.
Yeah,
there's others not even listed there.
Yeah, we got automotive, we got cybersecurity. So my world, cannabis compliance, fintech, and health tech. You basically have hit all the ISACs
I have
across the board.
Me.
Yeah. So now that you've heard me read that bio, is there anything that I undersold, oversold, or completely left out that you wanted to mention?
No, I honestly, it's way oversold. It's way oversold. And by the way, I always wonder why bios are in third person. It's us who writes it, right? And that's my AI,
right?
Because I'll usually just send like 2 sentences, and people will send back like, you got to give it just a little bit more. I help grow and scale companies. That's what I do.
I hate doing an intro slide when I present. So I'm going to present stuff to you, and if it's worth a damn, by the end of it, you'll care who I am.
Right. And if you don't, that's okay too, right? If I hadn't hit a nerve or anything, then that's cool. We can be Facebook friends.
There we go. Social media already. I thought your social media wasn't great. Didn't we talk about that?
Actually, I don't even have Facebook, so I don't even know why I said that.
Well, now you've just further endeared yourself to the younger folks who are in chat. I don't have Facebook. That's for your grandma. So there's a couple words that are repeated a lot. If I go to your LinkedIn, or go down to your professional history. I didn't know cybersecurity was on the list, but I'm excited that it is. The word chief is on there a bunch, but the other one is growth. It's on there a lot. So is that...
Let's switch them, right? I don't think titles are really that important. I'm not a title happy person. Anybody that works with me at the ILF knows. I'm not a fan of titles and hierarchy and any of that.
No. But the growth thing is important. I'm glad you said it and made that priority, because it's definitely got to be an area of passion for you. And like, when did you realize it was something you wanted to pursue? Like when you were a little girl, were you like, I'm going to be a growth officer someday?
No, when I was a little girl, I wanted to be a canine police officer.
That's pretty good. I was gunning for Space Ninja.
No. Well, I haven't seen Star Wars, so that, how would I ever?
When I was little, I wanted to be a Space Ninja. That was just my thing.
I thought you thought I wanted to be a Space Ninja.
No.
Yeah. I wanted to be a canine police officer. Then I wanted to be a detective. And then I wanted to be a sports journalist. And that's what I chased the most. But when I realized that the sports journalism part was not my game.
Yeah.
You just can't be authentic in that industry. I found myself being a recruiter first, coming out of college. I was a recruiter.
Okay.
And so when you help a company decide, who's best for the company, the operating rhythm, the culture, et cetera, right? And you help that company decide that, you get a first row seat into how companies grow. And then secondly, you get, once you kind of get even more embedded into that kind of career, you understand kind of what makes humans tick, what, it's just so fascinating to see how we show up at work. And that's always just been really interesting to me. And so I really quickly pivoted to, how do we scale companies, and how do I make sure this is a really great place to be, an interesting place to be, and alongside some people who also just kind of want to be along for that adventure.
Yeah.
And I specifically did not go into big corporate land on purpose. I can't be a number. I can't do bureaucracy. I can't do politicking. The startup and mid-market space was the most compelling to me, and is the most compelling to me, because it takes a very special person. Building a company is just not for everyone, as you know.
Yeah.
And when you are building a company, it takes a lot of heart and sweat and blood, and a lot of what's what I'm looking for, volatility, right? And being comfortable with that, being comfortable being uncomfortable. Um, and so anybody that's watching this podcast that has mentored me in the past is like, yeah, you said it. but but yeah, that's what I got. I just became really interested in that piece, is just, growing these companies with, the right amount of processes and technology and people. And that's what I do. And now I've seen so much and I've been through so much. I can finally now, lend that expertise, and not even expertise, just experience on what has worked and what hasn't worked in my past, and hopefully help this new crop of entrepreneurs make really interesting decisions for their companies.
I'm going to ask you a question that I'm going to overcomplicate because
All right.
I'm digging as you're going through. Like the question.
Sorry, I just totally did a show up and throw up.
No, the question, it's perfect. Those, I know we wrote some stuff down, but the number of times I've gone straight through that have been zero
Right.
period ever. So going from, so you got to put your recruiter hat on first, and then all the way to where you are now. When you're talking about what that takes, like we talked about like growth and like the human being part married to the operations part, right? How much of that is the skills on the page, and how much of it is the person's intent?
Yeah.
Right.
I think it's 90% aptitude.
Okay.
Actually, no. Let me say that again. It's 90% attitude.
Yeah.
10%, right? Like, obviously you're at the table because you've got the aptitude. You've been able to demonstrate, what's in your career. You've been able to demonstrate just the knowledge and the skills and the tech know-how. If you've got the right mindset and attitude to learn, to be collaborative, to really embrace diversity. And I don't mean by ethnicity or by how we self-identify. It's more about just that diversity of perspective.
Yep.
That's who I want to hire.
I thought the last thing on earth I would ever want to do would be a people leader. And then I went into that role, and it was a big company, and it was the bigger than you'd ever want to be a part of, right? Based on what you just said.
Yeah.
And it was largely to tell the folks who reported to me. I said two things: like, you report to me, this dude is the CEO, and the 117 levels of management in between. That's my job. Like, just like get to, yeah, right. So I think you're right. I think it's, if you've got the skills, and then it's the willingness to expand that skill set, or willing to take on something new that maybe you haven't done before. And is that a perspective that you've always had from when you started as a recruiter, or like was there somewhere along the way that kind of flipped?
Oh, that's good. That's a great question. So as a recruiter, I was a technical recruiter, right? So it was really based on your technical knowledge. And it was, way back in the day, we were doing desktop rollouts for the US government. That's what my projects were. So it was, people who really understood just the technology piece of it. You didn't really had to understand much else. So
yeah.
But that's also, as my career kind of took off, and I can't even say it took off, but as I got older, I began to really appreciate the aptitude piece, and the people that I loved working with the most, and the people that are still my friends, the people that are still my first phone calls, are the people that not only helped me understand how to appreciate that inclusivity, but to I guess that's really it. Just people who really helped me realize there are a lot of creative ways to learn, and it's okay. Um, and the people who are the most willing to stay up with you until midnight and figure something out, uh, and then also, brush the dust off when you fall. Those are the people I want to surround myself throughout my career. And if you show that, that's the aptitude to learn the technology piece of it.
Yeah. It's the we win or we learn. approach, right? We say that in our household all the time. Like, just one of
What do you say?
we win or we learn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I learn more than I win.
You've got so there's a bunch of different methods that you've used to go from throughout your career, right? So some of it's formal education, some of it's the old
Yeah.
on the job experience, which I think I know where we're going with this conversation.
Hmm.
Some of it's just volunteering, taking on like the next thing. Um, is is there a concrete balance to that? Is one more important than the other, or do you think it depends on the situation, the
It depends
opportunity?
on the person, the learning style. We and the way we earn trust, or the way we collect trust from others, right? You either, I think there's a combination of all of that. So, for me, yeah, I went to college, and I did some grad school work, and yes, very helpful. If anything, it just taught me the confidence of how to learn. When I look at a resume, I don't even look at the education. There's things
Ah,
that again I
perfect.
accidentally do.
Yeah.
I don't look at the education. Why? Some of the best people I've ever worked with never stepped foot inside a college.
I
Um,
I think I always ask this question. Is like one of the offshoots is like of the people in your those first phone calls, right? The folks in your first in like immediate social circle.
mhm.
How many of them their career is what they went to college for?
None.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely none of them. None of them. And some of them, a lot of them never went to college. Yeah,
Okay.
it's yeah, I also find the grit of starting from that phase of your life straight out of high school or something. I just find that path fascinating. My husband's in that path. Who'd have known that Bjorn never went to college?
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, now I know.
that's insane.
Yeah. I was in that the what's the rich dad poor dad, the Robert Kiyosaki lesson, right? Which is like the you're taught to graduate and then go to college, get a degree, and then go into a field that's going to pay you, and for 40 years, then when you're 60 something, you can retire and finally live a good life. And my the thing that I had a really good skill set for that would have paid me really, really well, and I would have been miserable for 40 years was my undergrad is in business administration. I would have been an accountant. Can you imagine me as an accountant? It's a
No.
horrible idea. And that's since I've gone back, I've got a criminal justice degree, and I'm two classes away from my master's in criminology, which has been wild because
Amazing.
it's a social science, and so
Yeah.
you learn there's a lot when you're in a room with others who are yeah, thanks thermal sociology majors or philosophy
Yeah.
majors that there's some different areas that you're gonna now
One
got
of That's one of my majors was sociology, and I picked that up by design after I dropped the media thing. I really clung to sociology because it was the study of other humans. It's the
yeah
study of how we interact with, how do we show up, why.
yeah
Just so fascinating.
yeah it's some of the professors I've had have been rough, but the material's been like I never would have thought to ask that in this manner. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And
yeah.
um it's been really interesting. I'll talk to you about the very first class I went to grad school. The entire experience has been like I'm in with a bunch of sociology majors, so
Okay.
I'm the old guy in the club. I'm the age of the professor. Everybody else is young, mostly female because of the school, and
Yeah.
I'm like. We get in these discussions, and I feel like I immediately just should have a shirt that just says, "I'm not mansplaining." You know what I mean? It just feels like that's how it has to be.
It's pretty
Um,
spot on. Yeah.
Yeah, but God bless my department head, who's like, "Hey, for the electives, I'm going to throw you into these information security classes." So I got a cybercrime and information warfare class I could have taught.
Oh,
I was like,
cool.
"Thank God."
Yeah. Yeah. No kidding.
Yeah, you get half the students who are like, "Did that really happen?" And then the other half of us are like, "Yes, we were chugging Mountain Dews when the Syrians were trying to take over the network. It's 100% happened." um, all right, so you've gone a lot of different places. You've been in leadership roles a lot of different places, and I got to ask you: Is there something? Was there something specific that made you go, "This Innocent Lives Foundation thing? I got to do it." Like, what was it
Mm.
about this opportunity that did it call to you, or was it? It's not the money. Let's just get that out of the way. Like
Yeah.
you and I make the same amount here.
Zero.
Settle.
I mean, it was timing for sure. It was timing for sure. And I originally like had a quick no to the opportunity.
Okay.
Um, Only because I didn't know if uh, you know that theory where we become the adults that of the child we want to protect, right? Or we become the adults that should have protected our child, our inner child, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah. There's a lot in Dr. Abby's book that I was texting her, going, "Oh God, just get out of my head." And she was like, "How do you think I feel? I wrote it." And
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, I was not subjected to any sort, not even not even similar to the amount of horrible things that the kids that we protect are exposed to, right? But I was bullied really bad when I was in high school. And I think the timing of what I was doing most recently and having this opportunity in front of me, I just kind of started to think about, man, I gotta stick up for these kids. That's what the 15-year-old in me would have wanted.
Yeah.
And that's how I intentionally became is just this absolute badass protector. And I realized then it was, I was skiing a lot. I'm a big skier.
Yep.
And I was skiing a lot and just realized, like, okay, I'm getting up and going to work every day. Great. What do I have to say about it? I'm statistically halfway over with my life. I want to be able to, make the 15-year-old in me really proud.
It's a
So,
different beast when think about this. If you hadn't taken this on, and 6 months from now, you see a friend who you haven't seen for a while,
mm,
and they go, "Hey, so what have you been up to?" Versus if you've taken this role on, like, you see,
yeah,
just even how different that.
isn't that crazy? And now even when people ask what I'm doing, I lead with the ILF. It's just so I'm just so proud of what we're doing. And um, yeah, it's hard. It's hard work. We all
Yeah,
know that.
yeah.
We know
Yeah,
that.
I got a couple years on you here in the organization, so I could tell you
Yeah,
they're
well, and like I said, like building a company is really hard, but what the subject of what we're working with is exceptionally difficult. And um yeah, I'm thankful for this opportunity. I really am. And and I'm really excited about what happens with us. I
yeah.
really I just I can't wait to see what happens.
Well, we're lucky to have you. I said that on behalf of
Oh, I don't
everybody.
know. I don't
Yeah.
know about that. There are some days I'm sure you guys are like, "Oh my God, she's still awake." Like, jeez.
Oh, I didn't say I. There's I. You're a lot. I mean, let's be honest, but yes, but there's a couple of us who are a lot. You know what I mean in the
Yeah.
in the organization.
This organization needed somebody who's a lot,
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
right?
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm unapologetically a lot.
Yeah. Thank you. All right, you're my people for sure.
There you go.
Is there? I don't know if you've been in this type of role with an organization that is basically 100% volunteer, right?
Yeah.
As opposed to you talked about, like, carrying the titles and the chain of command and all the things that come with a typical corporate environment. Um, and I know you're relatively still feeling it all out and yeah, getting your feet wet a little bit. So are there particular challenges that have already sort of like popped their head up in terms by leading
Yeah.
an all volunteer organization as opposed to.
I mean, we just talked about how I'm a lot, right? And I mean, accountability and performance are two things that two mantras I kind of beat the drum on. as you know, but that was a really interesting pivot for me, is realizing accountability shows up differently with volunteers. And it shows up in a really beautiful way, because you are getting the accountability and the time of people who could be otherwise hanging out with their friends or going for a bike ride, or enjoying some video game, right? Instead, you're
Not that,
helping protect
not that there's anything wrong
kids.
with video games, Chet.
There is nothing. We'll get to that. There's nothing wrong with that, but there is nothing. But like choosing that instead of all these other more fun things, to choose to go into a very dark place and help us protect these kids. That is really, really great. And I didn't realize how powerful that was going to be at all for me. So I think that has just given me a lot of fuel. The way all of you show up is just so admirable. But it's
There's
different,
it.
right?
Yeah.
It's the pace is different for somebody who's used to just constantly moving, like profitability, EBITDA, like let's go, and not having those pressures. Instead, it's donations, keep the lights on.
Yeah.
Who can show up for this? Who can write this? Who, is anybody awake right now? Can somebody help? Like, that's just such an interesting shift that I really didn't see coming, and I'm really glad I did not prepare for that.
Would
Yeah,
would
because
that would that have deterred you? Would that have been a little bit harder to take it on,
I would
or
I would have thought about it a lot harder. Yeah. But I'm thankful we've got volunteers like yourself who are really good at peeling me off the ceiling. When I'm getting a little too crazy or moving a little too fast or expecting too much, you guys are great at saying, like, "Hey, heads up, you've got me for an hour today."
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
that's pretty awesome.
There's there've been bumps in the road, to put it mildly, and it's those times, and you always hear, like, you go back to your why, and they're things that stick with you, where it's kind of like, look, man, if I don't do this, who's going to do it? Like, the mission's too important.
Yeah.
And then, like, we talk about statistics, we talk about, like, this is our finish line, chat, is our investigators will perform investigation, geolocate an individual, sum up their communications, who they're talking to, what they're sharing, where they are, what platforms they're on, and then hand that over to law enforcement. And getting a case accepted by law enforcement is really the thing for us. Like,
Pretty amazing.
no control over if there's a plea deal, or if the prosecution, or if the guy botches the interrogation. We have that we can't control, but
Right.
we look at the number of cases that we've completed, that we've had accepted, and then there's a multiplier in there, because that's one perpetrator. That's not one victim. There's almost never
Right.
one
I
victim.
know.
And
I think that's what people need to hear a little bit more, is it's one perpetrator who is likely impacted 400 kids.
and Brad Beeler said something to me during our fireside chat last year, which really just kind of, like, just stick a dagger in my heart, call it a day. Was It's not just the immediate victims, but how many of them go on to abuse. So this is it's generational work.
It is pretty amazing. That's something I realized in a recent hunt I was in with our pit members, our pit agents. I did not realize the generational work here. Um, I also I cannot believe the amount of repeat offenders, or the people. One of my friends would call it the bingo card of crime, right? And yeah, and they check all these boxes, and it's just like we're just waiting for that person to do it. And then, obviously they're showing all of the telltale signs, and we've got them like that. I just didn't see that coming as often as we do.
But let me pivot off of that a little bit, because one of the things that I think makes this organization absolutely as close to unique as possible, and it's not something that we own, it's not something we copyright, it's not something that we wouldn't advise other organizations to do, is when we start talking about signs of in this case, you're talking about signs of abuse. We're talking about signs of trauma, signs of burnout. those types of things. You talk about the role our director of wellness has and how she helps take care of us because she's a superhero.
She is.
Yeah.
She is. So you want me to talk a little bit about her?
Yeah. I mean, you can name names if you want. She's on the website, but you don't have to. I'm just. It's more. It's the role that her role in the organization because I think
I mean, she is. If you think about an organization, right? Our pit agents are our spinal cord of the organization. She's our heart, and she is our heart. The amount of work she does to care about our pit agents and to make sure that they are compartmentalizing the work that they're doing and making sure they, are able to turn off their screens and take care of their health and their families. She has personally had to help me in a couple, my nightmares started showing up maybe week 2 of my job. And I just needed a 30-minute, session with her just to help me understand how to process this. And she said it just so beautifully. Like she said, if you're not doing it, who else is? And that just makes you just feel like, okay, you're right. Um, she has the job of taking care of our 20 some pit agents, and it's going to be more like 30 or 40 here very soon, to make sure that they are putting their health and wellness first, and able to show up for their teammates every night during these hunts, we call them.
yeah.
I just would it, what would we be without her?
Yeah.
We would be pretty messed up.
Yeah, we definitely would. And I introduced the acronym without saying what it stood for, which I try not to do. It's my fault, which is the PIT is our predator identification team.
Thank you.
Yep. And those are our investigators. And they are in this, like those of us who are in education and outreach, and we're the ones who get on the stage and talk about what we do and think, is how we partner with law enforcement. And it's a necessary part of what we do, but we don't live in what they have to see all the time. We get sort of the sanitized version of it most of the time. But it's rough work. And so we're, I don't know who designed her role in the organization, but we owe them a thank you. And then to find, her, it's like, you gotta be kidding me. Like she's perfect. Yeah.
It couldn't have landed in a more just beautiful human being.
Exactly.
And to help expose not expose, but just kind of really reinforce how important, our pit team is. I've been showing up to hunts. So I am seeing firsthand what they're seeing. And it is, it's hard.
It challenges your faith in humanity sometimes, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah.
It has. It has. I've told people like I will never be the same after seeing some of the stuff I've seen, and our pit agents are seeing this quite more frequently than I am, and the ability to compartmentalize and know that they're doing good work and be so passionate about who they're helping and why and getting to the bottom of this. I just cannot. I am in awe of them.
Yeah.
Then I'm in awe of Aaron just making sure that they are okay.
There was a statement. Somebody just took a break. One of our investigators recently took a break, and the statement was that you got to do right by your family, right? If you don't see it, then you don't see what you're projecting. And I think it's a danger that we all have. Like it's very easy to do this for even a short amount of time, and it's instantly just slip into hypervigilance, where you're just constantly looking around all the time, like looking for
not to
something.
Yeah, it's hard not to, because again, back to this series, we're trying to protect our inner kids, right?
Yeah.
We're trying to make ourselves, our 15, 16-year-old selves, proud of us, and I do know that our pit agents see that, right? They have children themselves, and if they're not doing it, nobody else is, etc. On and on and on, right?
It's also
it's
what we're doing, but also if you want to speak to this, we're doing it in the right way, right? So a lot of times when we're speaking to audiences of any size, there's a phenomenon, I think, almost that, like, if I'm selling cars or I'm selling refrigerators or whatever else, right? Nobody comes up to me afterwards and is like, "Hey, thank you so much for what you do." right?
Yeah.
But
No.
everybody, regardless of age, background, affiliation, politics, anything, everybody comes up and is like, "Thank you for what you do." And then usually it's,
I
"How come I've
do.
never heard of you before?" Which is that's another problem we have. But then it is, and it's almost it kind of splits one of two ways. It's a lot of folks go, "Hey, that's really rough work. Are you okay?" We get that sometimes, and all I'm doing is presenting, right? And then the other side is we'll get some. Let me puff my chest up and talk to you. I do this too, man, but I just do it in my basement. And it's the super vigilante approach, which is not at all what we do. If you can
Yeah,
kind of talk
it's
to the how we handle what we do.
yeah, I mean, without giving our secrets away, right? But we are monitoring different online sources where these predators kind of thrive, which is the worst word I have, but it's correct,
Yeah,
right? We monitor, we will do, different investigate. We will practice different investigative techniques to make sure that we are onto the right person. We take a look at content, how horrifying it might be, but match that up with different email addresses, different locations to make sure that we are onto something that is and where a child is actively being harmed. I just think about that. Like, my God, we're seeing this in real time. Um, and so to know that this is what we're doing is, yeah, we do deserve you. All of our volunteers deserve a thanks for what we're doing, because it is quite possibly the most important organization out there right now.
yeah.
I name a better one. I'm sorry. Name a bigger and better cause. I would love to have that conversation. Um,
So
name a bigger
I can't. I'm biased. You know
name a
that.
bigger and better cause than
Yeah,
stopping people who predate on children, right?
yeah. And
Um,
you talked about one key thing in there that I want to make sure that everybody understands, because the chat, and thank you, chat, for being here. Like, everybody who is here and they listen to me every Tuesday night and they go, "The Innocent Lives Foundation is a non-vigilante, non-profit organization." I go through my whole thing,
yep.
and but that non-vigilante is like that. It needs to be. I need to just shout it louder. Maybe I need to pause in that step of the process. But we don't educate the bad guys. You just said that. We don't tell this person, "Hey, this is how we caught," because then
Nope.
you'll never catch it, because everybody else then will
Right.
evade that, right?
Right.
We don't put our volunteers, our investigators, the victims, or their families in any harm's way, period.
Right.
And and we and the children, and we serve the children, period. That's those are like three of the guiding principles. Those are things that we have to make sure people know, because yeah, we can expose somebody that we think is a perpetrator, but number one, what if they're not? And then number two, what if we do it in a way that their lawyer just gets it chucked out, and then all we've done is
Well,
make them
that's where
aware?
vigilantes are not well informed, right? These are extremely well intended people, and I know that they really, to their core, feel like they're doing the right thing. It doesn't hold up, and the way we're doing it is precise. It comes with a lot of data points, and we are giving these cases to law enforcement to make the best decision possible based on the data we've given them. And another piece of this is we don't take any credit, which I think is actually probably the most beautiful part about our organization, is that we are built of people who do not want the pat on the back for safety reasons, yes, but ego reasons. We don't want it. We don't care. We're just going to go back to work
Yeah,
and get some more.
yeah, and with any luck, we'll put ourselves out of business.
That's the hope.
Yeah. Speaking of, um, what are where do
How am I
you
going to work my way out of my job?
where do you see, if okay, so if you took this role for a reason, right? So where would you like to see the ILF a year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now? What would it look? What would it take for you to look back and feel like we succeeded?
You gave me this question earlier, and I have been giving this a lot of thought,
Okay.
and I still don't have the right answer. Year one, I want to be on everybody's radar. I want to come out swinging with the integrity we have and the good people we have, and the trustworthiness that law enforcement has in us, and how do we bolster that? Rinse, repeat.
Yeah.
That's a great goal for year one. And to that, we're doing what we're doing right now is cleaning house, right? We're operationalizing, we're professionalizing. Cleaning house is not the right term, but we're doing what we can right now to make sure that when large donors kind of peek under the hood, they can see a well-oiled machine. And then, so once we do that, and I think we're really close, if not, I feel really close to that piece, but gosh, now I'm not articulate again. I think then we can go out with even more confidence, knowing that we are just this mighty team.
It's in the number of times that it's been like, have I never heard of you?
Yeah.
It's one of those.
Well, and that's year 3, right?
Okay.
I want to be the ASPCA of child exploitation. Is that like, I want to be a household name. I want us to be the ones that people call or lean on us for education and support, and information that is not, that our law enforcement, civil community cannot provide to us, just because we see it so much more. We see it in so much depth. I want to be the first phone call to weigh in on these things. That would be great. Year 5, I don't want us to have a job anymore. I want to be out. Like, I want to. This needs to be eradicated, and it's growing at such an unprecedented speed. I just cannot believe it. It needs to be completely eradicated and no longer tolerated. How do we do that? And we do that by getting on as many stages, speaking to as many people, getting the attention of as whoever we can, by showing what kind of well-oiled machine we are.
It's well said. Well said. What are?
It's like the best soundbite I gave. That's it. We're done.
So, all right. Last question. So we're really close to time. So that was no. That's, I like it. That gives, you know what, like, we've had an ambiguity around what success looks like for us. We've had we just want to put ourselves out of business, which
great,
but yeah. It's not. We've never gotten at the context that you just gave me, which I think is really good.
It's not going to take. It's not. Yeah. We all want to be out of this tomorrow.
Yes. So you said getting on as many stages, talking to as many people as possible. Are there particular audiences? Is there somebody, if you're in chat right now and you are thinking, hey, how can I get the ILF in front of somebody? Like, who would a good person to get in front of?
I mean, I've got my wish list.
You have your ideal customer profile. I know this.
You know who my ICP is. Curtis Jackson, I am fine. I'm coming for you.
I love it.
Mr. 50 Cent, I want your attention. I want Chelsea Handler's attention. I think I love I love her authenticity and just no bullshit for bad behaving people.
Yeah.
There's a couple other organizations that I'm really interested in. We were recently nominated for the Conrad Hilton
yeah.
Prize. We did not make it this year, but doesn't mean we can't. I mean, we were nominated. Oh my gosh.
Right. It's pretty good. It's really good.
Right. How do we do a couple more of those?
Okay.
Yeah. So right now we have a team of very hard and fast operators knocking down these doors. But 50 Cent.
And we're always looking for help from the online community too. I know we have a lot of gamers who are with us in chat who are with us every Tuesday in chat, or sometimes on Star Wars Day we do the goofy things. And we do have an ambassador program. We have a gaming ambassador program too. So if people are interested in streaming and helping out the ILF, hit us up at innocentlinesfoundation.org, or find me directly because I'm pretty easy guy to get hold of. And one of the events we have coming up, I will take it off of your plate so you don't have to try to memorize everything about ILF Fest, which is coming up in September. Though there is a Star Wars Kristy Nordmann watch party thing that is also going to happen this year too.
Well, so I was going to talk about that too, because I think
we'll do that first.
I can do that also. All right, so this is where we're going to lose a lot of our audience.
Not at all.
I have never seen Star Wars. Did we see everybody just drop?
No, because this is an opportunity for them to watch you watch Star Wars.
I am offering to work with various sports teams. Denver Broncos is first on the list. I would like to sit with them in their screening room and watch Star Wars. And you guys can watch us watch Star Wars. And we haven't decided yet what we're going to watch. Is it the original movies? Is it going to be, what is it, 4, 5, and 6? Or what's the order?
4, 5, and 6. 4, 5, and 6 are the originals, and then you have
4, 5, and 6 are the originals.
Then the prequels are 1, 2, and 3, and then the Rise of Skywalker series with Rey and Finn.
So maybe we do it team by team, right? Like we do 4, 5, and 6 with the Broncos.
It sounds to me like
they're up to it.
It sounds to me like there's opportunity for fundraising if there's a trilogy that you are specifically passionate about and maybe want that to be what Kristy watches, then maybe that's the team that you take on, and maybe
I think that's an opportunity, right? Upvote each other. You guys decide how I'm gonna approach watching Star Wars. I'm very open-minded about this, but the biggest donor wins.
Exactly. And then that feeds right into our virtual fundraiser in September, which is ILF Fest, number 6. I don't know which number we're on. It's going to be Beyond the Stars is the theme, so we're going to probably take a lot of your goofiness from watching Star Wars and include that in our content.
Oh my God!
We have a character study that we're doing with our friends over at Guardians MH, so give them a shout over guardiansmh.org. They are a gaming mental health organization. They're fantastic. They do mental health kits for veterans, gamers, and streamers, and they have some really great mental health resources. So we'll be doing. I'm not going to say who we're doing the character study of, but in the past we've done somebody like Wolverine. It's been great. And then we're gonna do a lot of gaming and a lot of giveaways, and we're gonna. There you go. Thank you, Mod. We're gonna do a lot of giveaways, and we've got some authors and some actors who've been in many of the sci-fi franchises that everybody on here loves, and they've already donated. They've already given us things for raffle items and giveaways. So hopefully they'll come on and game with us, and it'll be a very good time. And then what's happening in Colorado later this year?
Yeah, we're going to have an invite-only gala party. We're not sure on what we're going to call it.
The PGG.
The PGG. No, we're gonna have a really special event in Colorado, just celebrating, the ILF, our accomplishments, what's ahead. I'm gonna ask everyone to get in what I'm calling Western elegance. It's an attire out here in Colorado that's very familiar. It's gowns and cowboy boots and suits and bolo ties, and I think we're gonna have a really good time. My friends from Vail are going to be performing. I'm really excited about that. They are called the Platonics, and I think we're going to have some really great auction items and good food and booze, man. Just a good community gathering.
And when's that happening?
That is November 6th right now.
Okay.
Yeah, but as I mentioned, invite only. Obviously, big donors. I would love to see you come and regardless, just ping me or ping Nick. And if you want an invitation and want to show up and support us, please let us know, because I'd love to meet everybody personally. I really would.
I'm going to gamify what costume that I have to wind up wearing.
Yeah.
I know the two-man horse costume.
He's been threatening showing up in the blow-up cowboy on a horse.
Well, but that's one.
Costume. Oh,
Yeah. So yeah, Thermal's got enough experience working at Spirit Halloween that there are options that we can definitely put
oh,
on the plate. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see which one again, biggest donation wins. So it's gonna be a good time.
yeah. I think it's gonna be a really good time. And I
Yeah.
mean, who doesn't love showing up in cowboy boots and hats and bolo ties and listening to 80s, 90s rock?
There we go. Many choices, says
I
our
mean,
mod.
right?
The uh platform boots, no platform boots. Where do we stand on the cowboy boots?
Well, all right. So it's because one of our volunteers has a problem with height. I am 5'10", so just about everybody's shorter than I am, but I don't even think she makes past 5 feet. So she's talking about big platform boots so that she
Platform.
can.
Yeah, it's so
I said
good.
it's okay. I did approve those.
Nice.
I approved. Yeah, because she's also our biggest donation raiser right now.
Yeah,
So she can wear whatever boots
she's
she wants to wear.
killing it. Um, well, congratulations, you did it. You survived. You didn't even have to eat hot wings or anything. That it was just a simple conversation.
That's the next time.
That's chat. You heard it. You heard it. We did hot ones. We made Chris and John do hot ones live at ILF Fest. We may do it again.
I've seen a hot ones live. I would love to. I would vomit, but I'm open to it. I think let's start at Star Wars. How's that?
Yeah, it's perfect. I would get to Los Calientes, which is number 4. So that's as far as I'm getting. I know this about myself. But thank you for being with us. Thank you for giving us the hour.
Oh, thanks for hosting me.
Appreciate it.
I hope I didn't mess up too much.
No, you were great. Come on, it's yeah, you were good. We're gonna hang out after this a little bit. So if there's anything that chat wants to lob my way, and I will mention it to the big boss here offline.
Oh my gosh, I hate that term.
I know.
So that's why everybody's gonna use it now.
Well, I did coin, first gentleman for your husband, the first gentleman of the
first
ILF.
gentleman.
Yes.
Yep.
So thank you, chat, for being here. Next Tuesday we'll be back to gaming. It is going to be probably Dave the Diver. Oh no, it might be a Helldivers because there's a new update. But yeah, thank you for being here with the Innocent Lives Foundation. The Innocent Lives Foundation is a non-vigilante, nonprofit organization that identifies anonymous online child predators, develops and delivers specialized training for law enforcement, and provides educational resources for parents, teachers, and caregivers. And you can find out more at innocentlivesfoundation.org. Thank you, Kristy, for being my guest this month. And and we will chat within 24 hours because we have a meeting tomorrow.
We have to, because exactly. We have
to. Oh, look at that. Streambat has now picked up on my speech. This is fantastic. So
great.
Yep. All right. With that being said, we're out of here, chat. Thank you for being here with us, and we will see you again next week.